Fighting games. They've been around since the 90s and are here to stay. But of course, we can't have fighting games without the controllers, and today you're going to look at some weird ones with me. This video will be separated into two sections, platform fighters and input fighters. Let's start with some platform fighters because y'all know I love me some plat fighters. Now for plat fighters, we're specifically going to be looking at Gamecube controllers. Why those specifically? Because I think they're better for these kinds of games. The keyboard Gamecube controller. If you knew a Rivals of Vader keyboard user was going to be talking about Gamecube controllers, you knew this was going to be in this video. I mean, it just gets straight to the point. It's a Gamecube controller with a keyboard implanted in it. It was made for some game called Phantasy Star Online. I'll have to reach out to the comments on what that is. But why is it here? Imagine some guy pulls up to the local Melee tournament with this thing. The keyboard probably wouldn't work, but still so stupid you would want it anyway. And for those people, I'd say you better sell your kidneys! To conclude this part for my GameCube keyboard owners in the comments, does it work on PC platform fighters? And if it did, does the keyboard work? Next, we have what I like to call the Hungrybox Gamecube controller. It's just a regular Gamecube controller, but now you get to poke Jigglypuff's eyes out. I found this on The Gamer, and I'm going to stop you guys right there because I warn you, do not scroll the article about eye bleach. And finally, the Gamester wheel controller for the GameCube. Like the keyboard one, I'm not sure if it works on Nintendo Switch, GCN controller adapters, or on PC. But if it does, then I'm sorry for your loss. The Z button isn't a trigger anymore, which is a problem since grab is usually mapped to the Z button, if we're talking Smash Bros or maybe even Rivals 2. And just looking at the triggers confuses me. Like, I don't own this controller, but what are these triggers? They look uncomfortable and they probably don't respond half the time. I'll leave that up to you guys whether or not the triggers are comfortable. Moving on to actual fighting games. Yes, I'm grouping 2D and 3D fighters together. For these, we're mostly going to be taking a look at EVO controllers, aka controllers made for EVO contestants, or homemade ones. First, we have this big guy. This was made for EVO 2023 and used in 3 fighting games. Who was this guy? I have no idea. Who's he made in the 3 fighting games? I have no clue. I just thought this guy was way too funny not to put in this video. Say you're up against this guy in Tekken 7. Why Tekken 7? Because that controller is probably the size of Electric Wind Godfist's hitbox. And also this guy played Tekken 7 as one of his 3 games in EVO 2023 because Tekken 8 was not out yet. And I made the mistake of searching cursed fight sticks on Google and found a Pizza Hut box. But not just the Pizza Hut box, mind you, a Little Caesars box too. Whoever made these either needs instruction or is the biggest genius in the FGC. Say you're an EVO and playing Street Fighter 6 and you see this guy pop out his Pizza Hut fight stick and do the most insane combo anyone who's been in a Pizza Hut has done on you. At this rate, I would just honor this man and rage quit. And to round this video off, here is a fighting game controller. Notice anything off? Yeah, it's on a PS3! That wasn't the only one I found either. We also have an Xbox 360 version too. I don't know who was willing to break their consoles for this, but whoever decided this was a good idea is a madman that started a revolution in the FGC. I'm not even going to pull up a scenario where you would square up against this. I'm just that dumbfounded. In conclusion, fighting game controllers may look cool and feel good, but they're still the forbidden ones, aka ones I would never touch in my life, and if I did, I would regret that internally for the rest of my life.